Hello, welcome back to the water. My name is Beast. Today we're back with White Album. It is 10:30 p.m. And I have work tomorrow. The reason why I started recording so late is actually not because I was distracted this time. No, I actually had to wait because our washing machine broke, so we had to put our wash in the washing machine for my grandmother, which meant I had to actively go up there and fetch it once it was done. So I couldn't just really start the recording already. Anyway, something I felt like talking about. Was no one gonna fucking tell me about the song for Fuwa and Mokoko sang on their like 3D debut? Like, was no one going to tell me, the local Utawaru no crackhead, that they decided to sing Kimi ga Tame, specifically the OG version even, instead of the 2016 version, during their 3D debut? They also sang it well, not on the level of Suara, but hey, no one's ever gonna sing any of the Utawaru no vocal tracks as well as Suara. Suara has, at this point in my mind, become a part of the Utawaru no world. Utawaru no would not feel the same without Suara's voice. Which that is an impressive achievement, and all the respect in the world towards her for that. Anyways. Anyways, call. You gonna call the girl. Kinda wanna take it easy today. Said to spend the day in my room. Alright, I wonder what Misaki's up to. Should've got on the horn. Call her. She's probably bored out of her mind. Let's call her.
Hi, Sawakura desu kedo.
It's Misaki herself. Misaki, it's me, Toya.
藤井くん、わざわざ電話してきてくれたんだ。
I figured you're probably bored over there, huh? So I thought if we'd chat for a bit.
ありがとう。この前はごめんなさい。急に電話切っちゃって、びっくりさせちゃった。
Well, maybe a little.
自分でも気づかないうちに意味のわからないこと言っちゃってて、急に恥ずかしくなって、それで。
That's really okay, Misaki. I can't be the only weirdo around, right?
ごめんなさい。
Try to sound as cheerful as possible, but she still seems pretty down about it. Come on, no need to apologize. You know how much I like you. I honestly wouldn't care if you kicked me or stabbed me, let alone blabbered a bit. That one might have been hyperbole. It's enough to elicit a laugh, which I can just barely hear over the line. Although I'd prefer if you didn't, of course. But also, I can't wait until you come back to school.
大丈夫。そんな大した怪我じゃないから。松葉杖使えば学校に行けないこともないんだけど、ちょっとだけ学校サボってみたかったの。
Actually, I don't know why, but it took me until like yesterday to find out that In Your Belief is an actual like vocal track, and I've just never stumbled upon the actual vocal version. I've only ever seen the instrumental version. Yes, I don't know why, but I've just like been binging Oscar's Wrath content as of late. I don't know why. Like I said, I've just been diving headfirst in there again. Fucking all of the goddamn In Your Belief, all of the Berserk Asura, all of the kicking a Chakra Varden's ass. Also, I actually have something in preparation for this week, since I will be home alone, studying today, actually, when this video will come online. Not quite, actually. It will come online, like the day this video comes up, everyone in my family, aside from me, is going to drive to the Bayerischer Wald for a fucking vacation. and I still have work. However, at the same time, even if I had my vacation a week earlier, I would still choose to remain at home. So, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I have something in preparation for that, namely, Pennypacker Bourbon. Good old sour mash. So we'll get some go over that. Anyways. Jesus Christ, messages flying in. Oh yeah, like randomly, I don't know why, but randomly just fucking threw out a bunch of like advice on how to grow your beard to someone in a random ass conversation, which I feel like I'm not even that entirely that fucking qualified to do, considering that I did not put any effort into growing the thing. It just kinda happened. I am just such a ball of testosterone that it just bloomed at the ripe old age of like fucking 15. I do actually have an appointment at the barber next week on Tuesday in preparation for my interview on Wednesday. That's Saki's line. She then giggles mischievously. Also, I have been replaying Stella Glow because I have it on 3DS. I'm now playing it on an emulator because I never actually finished it. The reason why I never finished it was because I literally could not. And like, I'm not even talking like, oh no, I missed all the Klaus events in order to get the true ending. Like, yes, I did that, but I didn't even get the normal ending. Like, I didn't even get the normal ending because, like, I ignored too many of, like, the fucking overworld battles, so I was severely underleveled for the fucking last chapter, and after the point of no return, where no more overworld battles spawned. So I just literally could not fucking beat the goddamn levels. At least that is as far as I remember it. But yeah, so now I've decided to replay it. I started replaying it on a US ROM at first, but I got to the chapter where it's just like 3 fucking free time days in a row after you get Sakuya, the Fire Witch, and I started realizing, you know what? It can't be fucking the right thing that all the fucking barrack events are always Lizette and Iwan. So clearly something is broken since I used like one cheat in the attempt of just getting unlimited fucking free time slots. So I tried to restart it, but then it was like, well fuck, I still can't handle that shit. And like, I think it was supposed to be like, press this button to like select, well, press and hold this button to like skip between the free time things. Except there's only like 2 of them, so technically, like, I was never supposed to be able to get to 3, but I was stuck at the 3. So eventually it was just like, are there no fucking like cheats to just, because it's not like a resource that you use to go to events. Essentially, certain characters are available on the free time in the barracks when you have 3 slots available, some only when you have 2, and some only when you have 1 slot available still. So I tried to look, and turns out, yes, there were cheat codes for like, yes, with this cheat code you will automatically be at the 3rd time slot. until you deactivate it. And if you activate this one, you'll automatically be on the second time slot until you do activate it. On one, you'll automatically be at the first time slot until you activate it. However, on the first, like the one time slot left doesn't fucking function because it immediately is just like, oh, free time over. So I still only have one team free time slot for the last one, but like thus far, the only one that's in there is fucking shield dude, which I have no interest in his character anyways. But either way, however, those cheat codes were for the European version, so I've just had to restart the game on the European ROM, and now I am at the start of the Firewitch arc, quote unquote, and am in the middle of like just spamming the bonding events. So yeah, I already did 3 of the tuning stages for Popo. Namely the first one, which is mandatory, the second one where it was defeat more monsters than Popo in the times in the limited time. The problem was like the monsters were like level like 50, I think, while Alto was like level level 50, 60, while Alto was like level 40, and I didn't want to use any of my other characters that I already fucking power level to level 99. Because they would just be eating the experience, essentially. However, he only dealt like 1 damage to the fucking slimes nearby, so I was like, okay, yeah, I kinda have to use it. Like at least Rusty as well. And with Rusty, Iwan, and Alto together, it worked. And then the last one wasn't really a problem. Like, but the big problem was that I fucking used the water blessing from the Zet on Alto in the attempt to make him deal more damage, maybe. However, the slimes were resistant to water, so I kind of fucked that one up. Anyways. Enough of that. He giggles mischievously. Why'd you suck it? Stop from hanging up. I'm not wanting to end the call before telling her something. So I want to say that when we kissed, it made me really happy. So don't feel bad about it. Here, ambiguous, yet clearly embarrassed answer over the phone before she quietly hangs up. Found myself slightly anxious, unsure what to make of it. At the same time, though, part of me is happy. That is going to be awkward for a while, isn't it? So call her maybe. I want to take it easy today. Yeah, you got it. Alright, I wonder what Misaka's up to. Should've got her on the horn. Call her. Ring. Bring me pictures of Spider-Man! I don't know why I always put my bottles over on this side. When I put it on this side, it risks like even just slightly getting in the way on like the bottom fucking, like roughly like the fucking top, just like slightly covering the bottom corner of the screen, even if it is literally just like a fucking few millimeters. But here, it literally can't, because my screens aren't like this; they're like this. So if you were to look here, it's not like this, they're positioned like this, like logically. So when I face them, they're always straight towards me, you know. Oh right, I don't think I actually talked about this yet. Hold on. I need to grab the link. Because I took a great picture of this, but proceed to... But that was on phone, I mean. So I have to fucking... But thankfully I sent it to people on Discord, so I can just open the browser this, grab the fucking link here, don't actually accidentally start in your belief. Then close Discord again. Open a browser window. Call it browser. Dug a browser. Yes. And then just paste in the link. Behold. You may not, like, you've probably guessed by the small like piece of paper that's in there. But that here is the Mashiro body pillow that I ordered, and it arrived. I'm not going to open it until I actually move house, because like this is already the couch in the house in the apartment that I'm planning to move in, and I'm planning on just hanging it up on the wood wall behind that couch, because that is going to be the background for my recordings. Essentially, in that house, like the wood wall is here, and the couch is positioned here, and then it like is on this side just to the front here, and I plan on putting like my desk around in this area, essentially, like right up against the wall. The window would be here roughly. I'll likely have a fucking like a curtain almost permanently there anyways. Like not like it would really illuminate anything, considering I fucking record at night. Like the light from outside can actually really make it look not nice, considering that. Like I overall just have like a convenient light here. Like yeah, it's not the best, but it's also not bad. Like ideally it would be a light from the front, but what can I do? Anyways, and yeah, I essentially would just hang it up on the fucking wood wall in the background, and it just be there in the back of the recording. I could technically do the same with the Ururu Sarana pillow, but that one's I want to show both sides occasionally. The Mashiro one, I will keep the lewd side on the side that you cannot see. I mean, I say lewd side, but like it's still censored. You can't like see nips or anything like that, which you can't say about some Dakis out there. Anyways. Tsunaki, Tsutoya.
藤井くん？あ、また電話してくれたんだ。
Of course. Can you talk right now?
退屈で本読んでたとこ。
See, I'm glad you're doing okay. I proceed to haphazardly tell her about my day. She seems to enjoy hearing me talk anyway. Okay, well, I'll call you again. Finishing our conversation, I decided to go ahead and end the call since I don't want to keep her on the line for too long.
あ、そうだね。ごめんね。長々と話しちゃって。
You didn't take anything. Hearing her apologize makes me feel bad, though. Well, we can come back to school soon, Misaki. We can all go out for a coffee together sometime. I hear her chuckle in embarrassment.
私、あと少しで普通に歩いて平気って言われたの。今月の8日から学校へも行こうって思ってるし。だからすごく楽しみで。
Really? That's good news.
ありがとう。それじゃ、またね、藤井くん。
Later. Now then, where should I go today? Nowhere. Call her.
はい、沢倉ですけど。
Oh, Misaki.
藤井くん、どうしたの？
Seems to be in a better mood than expected. You know, I was just wondering how bored out of your mind you were.
ありがとう。ちょうど退屈してたの。どこかに出かけたいなって思っても、そうもできないしね。
True. She's in good spirits at least.
藤井くんは今日はお休み？
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
そうね。そういうのもいいよね。
Continue chit-chatting about nothing in particular. By the time we end the call, my throat's dry from talking so much. She's so cheerful and kind, even laid up in bed. Where should I go today? Nowhere. I kinda want to take it easy today. Decided to spend my day in a room. Yeah, 6th. The 6th is college. And then the 7th is just call her again. Oh, right. I wonder what Misaki's up to. Should I get her on the horn? Call her. I'll give her a call.
はい、沢倉ですけど。
Oh, Misaki?
美咲ですか？少々お待ちください。
Oh, whoops, not again. Misaki's mom sounds an awful lot like her, even though they barely look alike.
はい、お電話代わります。
Oh, hi, it's me, Fuji, speaking.
藤君？どうしたの？急にそん。
What? Oh, right, let me get out of parent-facing mode. I just thought your mom was you for a minute there.
また？
Again. How many more times will this happen? Mainly, I was just wondering how bored out of your mind you were.
ありがとう。ちょうど退屈してたの。どこかに出かけたいなって思っても、そうもできないしね。
True. Seems in good spirits at least. It was literally the same conversation as yesterday.
今日はお休み。
This is literally the same conversation as yesterday. I do that sometimes.
そういうのもいいよね。
Continue chit-chatting about nothing in particular by the time. Yeah. Yeah. Like, the only thing different was her mom answering. The 5th, we call her again. So one more call, then we go to college. Call her. Then on the 6th, we do not actually call her. On the 6th, we go to college for an event. I'm going to school today.
ねえ、どうや知ってる？美咲さん学園祭で怪我したんだって。
Akira suddenly runs up to me. Crap. I was hoping I could tell Akira first. I didn't want him to getting worked up about it. Yeah, something like that.
そうみたいだねって冷たい。大丈夫かな？そうだ。一緒にお見舞いに行こうか。
He pleads and expresses a childlike concern on his face. He's acting as if she's on her deathbed. He's the type of guy who acts all calm and composed in public, but once I'm the only one around, the mask slips and all emotions come pouring out. It seems weird to pay someone a visit when all they did was sprain their ankle. You know how much Misaki hates being fussed over, so I try to play off her injury as no big deal while still maintaining a facade of ignorance.
どうや知ってたの？
Nice job, dummy! Literally just say, oh, we were... we were just talking and walking from the theater club's thing when it happened, and I helped her to the nurse's office. I heard it through the grapevine. Anyways, you're really blowing this out of proportion, and you'll end up making her feel bad.
そうかな。家から出られないんだって聞いたよ。退屈じゃないかな。
So why not call her instead? I'm sure that would cheer her up.
あ、そうか。
His eyes immediately light up.
そうだよね。そうすればいいよね。そうだよね、トウヤ。美咲さん喜ぶよね。
Not so much shyly.
いきなり呼び止めてごめんね。ちょっと気が動転して。
Like literally all he didn't have to say like through the grapevine. All he had to do was like, oh, she asked for my help with something during the festival, and after we were done with that while walking around, she like tripped on something, sprained her ankle, and I helped her to the nurses after them. Chuck is an embarrassment before heading off. Who knows where. As I watch him walk away, I can't help but feel a little slightly guilty. Oh, you're gonna feel a lot more guilty by the end of this. 7th event. Call her. Something is not lining up here. There's supposed to be a call her event on the 7th. It does not say the location though. So I guess we go with this one, and if there is no call her options, I'm just... Well, I can do if there's no caller option here. This is the only event. Like, I am following the guide faithfully thus far. Oh yeah, there we go. Now that I think about it, Misaki's coming back to school tomorrow. Should be okay. Maybe I should offer to walk with her to school. Should I call her up? Yes, call her up. Let me give her a call.
Hi, Sawakura です。
Soya Misaki?
藤井くん、電話してくれたんだ。嬉しい。なんでもない。でもありがとう。藤井くんの電話のおかげで、家にいる間も全然退屈しなかったよ。
Really? Good. But you'll be coming back tomorrow, right? So you won't be bored for much longer. And then we can actually see each other again.
そうだね。
She sounds embarrassed. Tomorrow she'll be back. Just hope she's actually all healed up. Right, so do you want me to walk with you from the station? I'm still kind of worried. Surprise is evident in her voice. I just feel like going all the way to school by yourself is a lot.
ありがとう。でも平気。そんなに大げさな怪我じゃなかったし。
I'll come meet you when we... and I'll come meet you and we can walk together. We'll have afternoon classes, right? Just wait when you arrive at the usual time, and I'll come get you. Misaki?
ありがとう。じゃあ、待ってる。
Her words seem to fade away as she speaks. In the end, nothing more than a faint sigh. Good.
藤井くん、優しいんだね。
I don't know about that. You're gonna make me embarrassed.
待ってるから。
And then she hangs up. Zaka's coming back to school today. I'm meeting her at the station. I hope she's actually back to normal. But I'm also kind of excited. No, I guess it's kind of my fault she got hurt in the first place.
あ、どうや偶然
I hear a familiar voice followed by a slap on the back. Akira, what are you doing here? Akira usually bikes to school since her house is much closer to campus than Ibukicho Station.
なんでってひどくない？僕これから授業に出るんだからさ。
You got me.
そんなに不思議？何言ってたじゃない。僕今免許取るために教習行ってるって。朝一で行ってきて、これから学校に行くとこなの。
Your license. It's worth catching me off guard. Like for a car.
どうや全然覚えてない。前に言ったじゃない。二輪だよ、バイク。
Like a motorcycle? You know? Snort in disbelief.
あ、また。前に言った時も笑ったのに、なんで2回も笑われなきゃいけないの？そんなに僕ってバイク似合わない？
Well, no. No, it's not that. Sorry, it's not at all. I can totally picture you on a bike. No, it is easy for me to picture you riding as a passenger while holding on to someone else. And then break down laughing hysterically.
もういいよ。バイク買ってもトウヤには見せてあげないからさ。
Didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Stop pouting.
じゃあ僕、自転車だから先に行くね。
Wait, should I tell him that Misaki's coming back to school today? What should I do? Be an asshole! See ya! See ya. Signed up to give him a heads up. Feel like kind of bad about it though. I have to pick out Misaki almost immediately from the crowd. She really did wait for me. Misaki! Wave in her direction. As soon as she notices me, she breaks out in a smile.
藤井君、ごめんね、わざわざ。
No problem, I take the train to school, so I'd have to come through here anyway. I almost went to your house to meet you, but I figured that would be too much, so I just suggested the station.
うんうん。私だってこの駅、通り道みたいなものだから全然平気だったんだ。でも藤井君、優しかったから甘えちゃって。ダメだね、私って。
Seriously? I don't think promising to walk with you is as nice as you make it out to be. And then pull on her hand. Come on, let's go, or else we'll be late for class. As you walk on campus, just two of us, I feel more awkward than usual. Even Misaki herself, walking next to me with the usual gentle smile, seems different somehow.
藤井君、どうかしたの？
No, I was just admiring the weather. I'm curious what you're smiling about.
うん、いい天気かなって。
What a pair of weirdos. Both of us admiring the weather.
でも私、家にいる間ずっと部屋にいて、庭にも出てなかったから、なんだか嬉しくて。
That one's a bit much. You sprained your ankles. You could literally just like take your crutches, go outside, like take a sit in the fucking yard.
なんだかいつまでだって歩いてたい気分。
The school bell ringing out brings her back to reality. Bong? I've never actually had like a hit of a fucking bong before. I've always stayed away from that because I hate the fucking mere smell of smoke.
そうもいかないみたい。藤井君も授業あるんでしょ？行かなきゃ。
She smiles at me regretfully before heading off to her lecture hall, still wobbling slightly with each step. Wait, Misaki! Suddenly blurred out and she stops. What do I say? Let's walk home together after class. I was just wondering if you wanted to walk home together later. Still kind of worried about you, just enough that I'd prefer you didn't walk alone. Chuckle in an attempt to masking my embarrassment.
わかった。授業終わったら門のところで待ってるから。
And she then leaves. I might be reading too much into it, but before she left, I swear her face lit up. I'm suddenly in a hit the books and take no prisoners kind of mood. Perhaps thanks to Misaki's influence. I'm taking notes like there's no tomorrow. Scratch, 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 scratch. There's still some time before classes are done for the day, so I might as well hang out here. Through the window, I watch the clouds drift peacefully across the sky on the winter wind. They're just part of a picturesque scene visible from Earth. It only seems natural to want to go for a walk with someone on a winter day like this, under sky like that. Hang on a second, I'm starting to sound a lot like Haruka. Perish the thought. Feeling still stands. It's so nice out that I want to go. That all I want to do is go for a walk with Misaki. Head over to a meeting spot. Feel excited, almost like we're going on a date. But it's not like the anticipation you feel when you're about to see your girlfriend. It's far calmer than that. Hey, Misaki.
藤井君、
How's the leg doing?
そんな心配するほどじゃないよ。どんなに歩いたって大丈夫になったから学校に来たんだもの。
Good point. I was ever thinking how the type who end up with ulcers from stressing over my kids. If nothing else, my attempt at a joke is rewarded with a giggle. Let's go, we should hurry before it gets colder. It's really great being able to hang out with Misaki again after all this time. Blabber on one-sidedly about school, Yuki, Haruka, Akira, and my part-time job. Before I know it, we are all ready to station.
ありがとう。すごく楽しかったよ。 休んでた分まとめて楽しめたみたいなんて。
Sorry for monopolizing the conversation. I got carried away since I haven't seen you in like forever.
また
When she has fun, I have fun, and it makes me want to entertain her even more. That said, we should get back before it gets colder, but it's still light out. What should I do? Want to hang out for a little longer? Hey Misaki, if your legs feel okay, can we hang out a little longer? Just so nice out. How about a short stroll around town? Feel like I've been transported back in time to when I had to force Honest to knock it to take the long way home.
いいよ。
He says, giving a brief nod. Yay, let's go! Shut up!
なんだか久しぶりここに来るのって。
People need to quiet down. There we go. Oh, are you not a huge fan of crowded places?
そういうわけじゃないんだけど、なんとなく学校の帰り以外に遊びに出ることなんてなかったから。
Not surprising, Misaki's a proper serious student. Glad to hear she's not upset though. Let's just wander around a bit then. Walking without a destination of mind is pretty fun. By the time we're sitting on a bench in front of a music store, exhausted from our impromptu adventure, it's already evening and the wind's picked up. You're not called Misaki? He's sitting right next to me, but it's like she didn't hear me. Misaki.
何藤井君。ごめんなさい。つい見入っちゃって。
Follow the direction of her gaze to find a multitude of TV screens piled one on top of the other inside the store. And those screens is Rin Ogata singing her heart out. The same Rina I've gotten to know.
もうそんな時期なんだ。
Time for what? Santa Riza's commercial for the Christmas Eve concert.
あっという
Alright.
間だったね。
Yeah, sure is. You sit there silently watching Rina sing on the TV screens. At some point it got cold enough to see my breath before my eyes.
今年のクリスマス、みんなどうなるのかな。
Huh? A question. Oh, what everyone's plans are. Last year Yuki was recording a TV show and couldn't be with me. Went to a party with everyone else from our friend group, but left halfway through. Not for any particular reason, just went back to my apartment. Yuki called me after she finished recording and we ended up talking until sunrise the next day. It was fun, but also kind of sad. What'll everyone be doing this year? Yuki, there's a good chance she'll be noticeably absent once again. Akira, maybe he'll end up hanging out with me and Misaki, acting all coy about his feelings for her. Haruka, how she sees whatever's going on between me and Misaki. And that leaves Misaki herself, and me of course. I casually glance over to my side. Misaki's still right there, with me. She's still focused on the TVs and the music store, a faint smile touching her lips, surrounded in the fog of her own breath. A slightly envious look on in her eyes. She's right here, with me. Christmas is coming up soon. Should I ask Misaki to spend it with me? What should I do? Ask Misaki to hang out on Christmas Eve. Misaki? She turns a tired gaze on me.
何藤井君。
Really want to spend Christmas Eve together?
今年もパーティーするんだ。
Not that I know of. Just be the two of us, you and me. My voice comes out as nothing more than a murmur, yet it feels like I'm shouting at the top of my lungs.
そんな、どうしたの藤井君。
Nothing at all, I just want to spend Christmas Eve with you. She could tell how serious I am by the look in my eyes, but she turns red and averts her gaze. Give me an answer, Misaki. Say something. Do you hate me? So just stop. Don't go there. Say something, please. It's almost too pathetic to hear myself beg. In that moment, I want nothing more than to stop pleading for an answer. But I'm desperate to hear her voice. Right now, there's nothing else I want more.
そんな、
Her voice is so faint I could barely hear it.
そんなこと返事できるわけないじゃない。
Her voice is strained, each word forced out one by one.
私 なんて言ったらいいのかわからない。
Are you crying? She shakes her head. She doesn't look up at me.
私わからない。嬉しいの。私すごく嬉しいの。こんなに嬉しいの。藤井君のこと好きで、こんなに大好きで。
You know, let's like take a screenshot here in case no CGs happen. Because shit's happening. It sure is. Hold on, you need to go to Mana's house at some point. Odd. Oh well.
すごく喜んでるの。
So?
私最低。ここで私藤井君に入ってユキちゃんを裏切りそうなの。だから
I can't say anything in my defense. I don't have the right to.
Attention, all maidenless tarnished. The great Kenneth Height needs your help to need
Hold
our
on.
number. Make it quick. You don't.
There we go.
You don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right. And by the way, you don't even have the right. Oh, whoa. You don't have the right.
It's just like all I can imagine right now is like a scene of both of them just sitting on a bench, him like looking over at her, her just saying this, and he's just like looking down, and it like zooms over a bit to the right, and he's just over there. Oh, and you don't have the right. But then, what exactly are we supposed to do?
そんな顔しないで。
It's fine, I get it. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry.
いいの。もういいよ。わかった。
Smiles for the briefest moments, then turns her back to me before quietly standing up.
私今年家族とクリスマス過ごすことにしてたんだ。
No way.
だから誰とも一緒に過ごすつもりはなかったんだ。
No way, no way, no way. Just as that thought flashed through my mind, I noticed something. A teardrop falling from her cheek.
でもわかった。私藤井君のところ行くね。
She turns back to me, the pose making her look like she's laughing or singing. Almost can't bring myself to look her in the eyes, but ultimately I do. Then I say, I'll be waiting.
ちょっとだけしか会えないと思うけど、それでも。
Words trail off, unable to say anything else. Never mind, there is a CG, and oh boy, things are only escalating faster. What the fuck is happening? Did people know about this? Did people know that he's just gonna like fucking chat up Misaki in this route, and that's why they voted for it? They just want to see me suffer because like it's the most he's cheating on Yuki route in this. Is that why? Is that why people did this? People just probably wanted to see me suffer or something. I can see it. I can see y'all sadistic fucks do that. I can absolutely see that. Holy shit. Ah! Ah! Hold on, I forgot to read that. And then I'll be waiting. Pull under my arms. The music store is closed at some point. The shutters drawn. Our embrace is illuminated with glow of the street lights. There's a shroud of breath in the air. Of our breath in the air around us hides our expressions from view. Close my eyes. Hands around her body are gently tickled by her hair fluttering in the wind. Her soft warm body heat brushes against my lips. Feel a hint of her gentle breath on my cheek, then her tender lips. I'm sure she can feel how embarrassingly hot my lips are. Two of us kiss. It's lacking in so many ways, yet still so passionate. I can't tell if it's a kiss we stumbled into accidentally, or one that's been a long time coming. Our lips part, and then we kiss once more.
じゃあ私
She gives me a brief smile and waves in my direction. Okay, wave back. Now here's the thing. I do actually genuinely would actually genuinely recommend that he break up with Yuki, because clearly his relationship with Yuki is not making him happy. Like, I am very much about a relationship should, at the very least, have an equal amount of happiness and sadness. The moment the sadness outweighs the happiness, it is not going to be a good relationship for you to be in, and you should just, like, if it's abusive, get the fuck out of here. If it's not, you just sit down together and just talk that this is not making you happy, and this will not work out. And thus far, like, it worked out before she became an idol, but the moment she became an idol, he is literally wrought with loneliness. Even in, like, the common route, there are multiple references to him just talking about how he just genuinely feels fucking lonely constantly. And at that point, like, I would just genuinely recommend him break up with her. You are not happy here. Like, yeah, sure, she does Yuki does genuinely love him. But it's not working out. Anyways, here we are supposed to... Wait, that's the 9th. We don't have anything to do on the 9th. Oh boy, There's an event with a choose anything button, what the fuck? This is the 10th, so again, we sit at home. Now we have the 11th. Now we go to college, and we talk about the literature. Literature. Insufficient conversation level. Oh. You'll learn about stage direction again. You're self-taught. And on the 12th, it's literature again. Why'd you learn about stage direction again? Are you self-taught?
舞台演出
You know, for your play during the school festival. You directed it too, didn't you?
ああまだ覚えてたんだ
Well, yeah. What? It's been a year since I watched it. How on earth could I possibly forget? Did you study up on the art in the library?
それもやったけどでも小さな頃からよく演劇とか舞踏とかに連れて行ってもらってたから
Wow. She must have been amazing. She must have had an amazing upbringing if she's been attending her theater productions since she was a child.
昔すごく大好きだった舞台があって今回のとは全然ストーリーも雰囲気も違うんだけどちょっと演出を思い出しながら真似してみたの
Wow.
ドリアン・グレイの肖像って言うんだけど知らないよね
Yeah, unfortunately.
でもそれだから別に勉強とかしたわけじゃ
Wait, hold on, what's it called? The Picture of Dorian Gray. Hold on. The Picture of Dorian Gray. The Picture of Dorian Gray is a philosophical novel by Irish writer Oscar Wilde. A shorter novella-length version was published in the story revolves around a paid portrait of Dorian Gray. yeah, it's like just a character in the game. Painted by Basil Hallward, a friend of Dorian's and an artist infatuated with Dorian's beauty. Through Basil, Dorian meets Lord Henry Wotton and is soon enthralled by the aristocrat's hedonistic worldview. That beauty and sensual fulfillment are the only things worth pursuing in life. Newly understanding that his beauty will fade, Dorian expresses the desire to sell his soul to ensure that picture rather than he will age and fade. The wish is granted, and Dorian pursues a libertine life of varied immoral experiences while staying young and beautiful. All the while, his portrait ages and visually records every one of Dorian's sins. Wilde's only novel Wilde's only novel was subject to much controversy and criticism in its time, but has come to be recognized as a classic of Gothic literature. Like summary and like near the end. Signed in there we go. James. One night before leaving for Paris, Basil goes to Dorian's house and asks him about the rumors of his self-indulgent sensualism. Dorian does not deny his debauchery and takes Basil to see the portrait. The portrait has become so hideous that Basil can only identify it as his by the signature on it. Horrified, Basil beseeches Dorian to pray for salvation. Furious, Dorian blames his fate on Basil and kills him. Dorian then blackmails an old friend, scientist Alan Campbell, into using his knowledge of chemistry to destroy Basil's body. Alan later kills himself. To escape the guilt of his crime, Dorian goes to an opium den where, unbeknownst to him, James Vane is present. James is seeking vengeance upon Dorian ever since Sibyl... hold on, where's the Sibyl about? A conscience-stricken decides to reconcile with Sibyl, but it's too... Dorian invites Basil and Lord Henry to see Sibyl perform in a play. Sibyl, too enamored with Dorian to act, performs poorly, which makes Basil and Lord Henry think Dorian has fallen in love with Sibyl because of her beauty instead of her talent. Embarrassed, Dorian rejects Sibyl, saying that acting is her beauty. Without that, she no longer interests him. Returning home, Dorian notices that the portrait has changed. His wish came true, and the man in the portrait bears a subtle sneer of cruelty. Conscience-stricken and lonely, Dorian decides to reconcile with Sibyl, but it's too late. She has killed herself. Dorian understands that where his life is headed, lust and beauty shall suffice. Dorian locks the portrait up, and for 18 years he experiments with every vice, influenced by a morally poisonous French novel that Lord Henry gave him. One night before leaving, just gave the guild of his cry. James just seeking vengeance upon Dorian ever since Sibyl's death, but had no leads to pursue, as the only thing he knew about Dorian was the nickname she called him. There, however, he hears someone refer to Dorian as Prince Charming. James accosts Dorian, who deceives him into believing he's too young to have known Sibyl, as his face is still that of a young man. James relents and releases Dorian, but is then approached by a woman from the den who reproaches James for not killing Dorian. She confirms Dorian's identity and explains that he has not aged in 18 years. James begins to stalk Dorian, who starts to fear for his life. During a shooting party, a hunter accidentally kills James, who was lurking in a thicket. On returning to London, Dorian tells Lord Henry that he will live righteously from now on. His new probity begins with deliberately not breaking the heart of Hetty Merton, his current romantic interest. Dorian wonders if his newly found goodness has rescinded the corruption of the picture, but when he looks at it, he sees an even uglier image of himself. From that, Dorian understands that his true motives for the self-sacrifice of moral reformation were the vanity and curiosity of his quest for new experiences, along with the desire to restore beauty to the picture. Deciding that only full confession will absolve him of wrongdoing, Dorian decides to destroy the last vestige of his conscience and the only piece of evidence remaining of his crimes, the portrait. Furiously, he takes the knife with which he murdered Basil and stabs the picture. His servants awaken on hearing a cry from the locked room. On the street, the passerby who also hears it calls the police. On entering the locked room, the servants find an old man stabbed in the heart, his figure withered and decrepit. They identify the corpse as Dorian only by the rings on his fingers, while the portrait beside him is beautiful again. Jesus, what the fuck?
うろ覚えのを真似しただけ。
Huh? Does that mean you put together the entire world of a play from mere memory alone?
そうなのかな。 ちょっと怖いね。
Less creepy and more... You're brilliant, Misaki.
そんなことないよ。
No, I'd absolutely go that far and further.
ただちょっとそう見えそうなところをピックアップして本の通りにつなげてみただけなんだから。
She chuckles, trying to cover up her embarrassment. I don't want to make her feel any more self-conscious, so I decided to drop it for now. I showered her with enough compliments at the festival. Misaki really is amazing, though. Very much so. In more ways than one. And yet,
どうかしたの？
she gets absurdly self-conscious all of a sudden. Ibukichi Station. Conversation literature again. Oh, and then we have to fucking stay at home until the 18th. Jesus. Ibukicho, not Ibukichi. The guide is wrong. And we go to literature. I was just wondering, do you prefer film or stage productions, Misaki?
どうしたの急に。
She looks at me slightly surprised by my question. Probably because I recently watched a stage play.
そうね。どちらも好きかな。
It's not really an answer.
でも正直な気持ちなの。どちらも全然違うものだから。
Are they? They are? Since they both start from a script, I figured they were pretty similar. No, they aren't.
なんて言えばいいのかな。つまりね、映画は過去に起こってしまったことを後から確認しているような気持ちになる。よくできたアルバムを見ているみたいな。
Okay, and what's a play like?
演劇は今まさに起こっている事件に居合わせている感じかな。その刹那瞬間を見ているって思える。
She speaks far more passionately than I was expecting.
ああ、こういうのって分かりにくいかな。ごめんね、一方的に話して。
Not so true at all. If anything, I actually love when you're like this. She looks at me with a mix of surprise and concern. It seems like she didn't understand what I was trying to say. What I meant was, it's kind of difficult to be so passionate about something like that. I'm honestly a little jealous. I wish I liked something as much as you love theater.
そうね。でもそんなに大したものじゃないから。
It's hot! She slumps down in embarrassment as she gives me a somewhat ambiguous smile. I want to find something that I love as much as you do, Misaki. And where should I go today? You are not going anywhere, mister. You're going to stay confined to your room for almost a week. Not auto. We want to skip. Again, not auto. We want to skip. 2 more days of staying at home, and then I'm fucking ending the part. It's way too hot right now. Fucking dying. And there we go. The event. Oh, at home apparently. You know what? We can probably do this again because it's probably an event we already saw. Yeah, there's probably that event. Yeah, it is. Yet nothing happened for some reason. Okay, you know what? No, we can do... the next two small talk events, and then I'm gonna end it on Christmas Eve. So we go to college now, and we do small talk. And then we go literature. I don't know why specifically small talk is then literature, but I'll ask small talk. I can only imagine how rough the graduating seniors out to have it trying to find work.
私ももうそろそろ考えないと。
Huh? There's enough time.
だといいんだけど、就職ってそんなに簡単じゃないみたいだから。
You're really smart, Misaki. I always assumed you'd continue to graduate. As in graduate school. In other words, spending even more time in a lab.
そうだといいんだけど、それに院に進めるだけの成績マークしてても学費がちょっとね。
Alright. Basically, it costs money to stick around a lab all day. Just focusing on one's studies isn't self-sustainable. I don't think it is. Why not work towards becoming a screenwriter then, professionally?
やだ、藤井君、そんな冗談。
I wasn't joking. I was being completely serious. Is becoming a screenwriter really that hard?
それはそうよ。世の中に何人も脚本家とか必要なわけじゃないし。
I guess. Though part of me feels like there could never be too many.
それに才能とかあっても監督さんとか演出家さんとか役者さんとかパートナーになる相手によっても評価が違うって聞くし。
See? But how strong of a script she might write it might not always end in a big production like at a festival. I'm reassessing my view on the club more and more.
そんな運とかもあるし、それにそんな生存競争とかいう以前に私なんかまだまだだと思うし。
Then go for the scaled down version. Be an author. You can be an you can just start as an author, build reputation like this, and eventually just try to get people to act out a fucking screenplay you wrote. Because if you have enough of a reputation as an author, you can't just go to an established theater troupe and are like, hey, I would like to collaborate with this theater group. Would you like to act out a screenplay I wrote? At least, of course, that is the ideal situation, but still. I don't think that's true at all.
プロを目指すなんて言ったらやっぱり何年間も修行積まなきゃいけないみたいだし。
It's possible to have talent and still have difficulty breaking into the industry. Still, I feel like Misaki's genius is going to waste.
どうしたの藤井君、そんな顔して。
That's nothing. There's no point in worrying about it since there's nothing I can do.
優しいよね藤井君。私のことなんか心配してくれるんだもの。
Can't help it. Misaki isn't the type of person who tends to do okay on her own.
でもせっかく藤井君がこんなに心配してくれるんだから少しそういう方向も考えてみようかな。
You should, absolutely. I think it's a really good idea.
ありがとう。じゃあ頑張るね。
Because of the fact that I just have my phone out like this, all I can imagine is just like fucking Toya just sitting there like, yeah, you should totally become a screenwriter. What did she say? Sorry, wasn't paying attention. Responding with someone. That's a cute cat. Seeing him with that smile on her face, I'm momentarily reminded of how Yuki looked before her debut. Oh no. He breaks up with Yuki, gets together with Misaki, then Misaki proceeds to become too busy with her plays and just neglects him as well. And he's just like, ah yes, I will just never be happy, I guess. Where should I go today? Today we shall go to the park and talk about literature with Misaki. I know I'm talking like that. Head downtown.
藤井君
We talk about the literature. Do you prefer literary men? I would explain why she's so close with Akira.
どうかしたの
Oh, she's amused. Nothing particular. I know how much you love bugs, so you probably get along with a guy who shares that interest, right?
どうってお似合いみたい
He's laughing
ご
again.
めんなさいでも好きかな
Uh-huh. Probably, right? She doesn't sound very confident. As far as types of guys go, do you prefer someone like Haruka or like Akira?
どうして
One of these is a girl. He's still laughing but growing increasingly embarrassed.
どっちも好きかなずるい
Very.
だって七瀬くんみたいなおとなしい人も好きだしはるかちゃんみたいなああいう人も面白いかなって思うし
Even Mizaki can't think of a good way to describe Haruka's personality. It's a good point for Akira, at least. But that's the point of Akira, at least. She seems to like her introverted guys. Should drop him a hint about her tastes. But if I'm too direct, it'll end up going straight to his head.
でもそれがどうかしたの
Oh, no reason. As for a survey.
アンケート
Clearly very confused by my answer. I'm confused too. Why is that where my mind went? Now we shall stay at home. Once? Twice? Three times. It's Christmas Eve and there is no old line thing here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one and see you next time. Bye bye.